All right, once again, we are back with Dr. Elizabeth Hall talking about the Dairy Alliance and great ways to boost our immune system. You've got everybody talking in the studio today. We're talking water, we're talking stress, and all
immersion blenders. Yes, which we're going to talk about here in a second. Yes.
But now we're moving on. You gave us the 2 tips, which one, of course, was hydration, which we say it all the time, but really is important.
Yes, oh, definitely. And it's something that if you're not careful, you can forget to drink, you know, anything throughout the day. It's really hard to make sure you're getting enough of those fluids in. But hopefully, you know, adding milk and other beverages can also help get enough of that fluid. We also talked about self-care, you know, those stress relieving activities. We made that delicious acai milk tea latte.
And I'm so excited to try it at home because it's creamy, so I think I might like it.
Yes, especially on a cold day like today, cold and rainy, which kind of leads us to the soup recipe, right? Because we always want soup too. And again, you're getting that hydration from the broth in the soup as well. But my third tip is to focus on those antioxidants. And a great way to do that is through soup recipes, because a lot of vegetables, even fruits, which technically tomatoes are a fruit, right? We a lot of times call them a vegetable. But when they're cooked, they actually...
They should be a vegetable.
They should be. We eat them as a vegetable, but they're technically a fruit.
If you walk around with a tomato and you're eating it like an apple, people are going to talk.
That's true. You might be the talk of the town if you do that. But when you actually cook tomatoes and some other vegetables and fruits, it actually increases their antioxidant capacity. So you're actually getting more antioxidants in the cooked version or the canned version than you're getting in the raw version. So that's why I love soups, because it's a great way to make sure you're getting all those antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals in. And a lot of times when you're cooking those vegetables, you're also drinking the broth. So those water-soluble vitamins that leach out into the water, you're getting those as well. So a great thing to do to get those antioxidant-rich veggies and fruits is to make a soup.
Okay, so you're making a soup today.
Yes.
And we've got, I see the, what is it, the trifecta?
The trifecta, yes, the aromatic veggies are in here. So we have the onion, the celery, and the carrot. And this is sauteing in a little bit of olive oil. You could throw some butter in there too if you want for extra flavor. So with a little bit of garlic. So we have that going in here. So you're just gonna saute until it starts to become fragrant and those vegetables start to break down. I mean, I can already smell it. I don't know if you can.
It smells so good.
It smells so good. This is one of my favorite things to make. So you're gonna cook this usually about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how long you'd like those vegetables to be done. And then you're gonna add the rest of your veggies. So this is actually a roasted red pepper and tomato soup. And then you use an immersion blender to mix it all together. And it also has our dairy in there. It has some Greek yogurt to add the creaminess, which we all love. But yes, but the Greek yogurt, you know, you can get lower fat. You're getting all that protein, which is really important to make this kind of a balanced meal, right? We're also gonna add some cheese because of course we have to. It's tomato soup. Come on. And then a little bit of half and half too. So once this gets going, and again, for the sake of time, I'm not going to let this go completely, but I have my roasted red peppers here. This is just the canned roasted red pepper, and this is drained. So you're going to add that into your mixture here. And then I also have some canned tomatoes. So again, when you're getting the canned versions, the cooked versions, you're getting more antioxidants.
Which that's like so nice, because usually it's the other way around.
Yes, convenience factor is so important. And I also got the roasted tomatoes. So again, we're kind of focusing on that theme of roasted tomato soup for this recipe. So you're gonna let that cook. You're gonna add in your broth. I just have some low sodium chicken broth here. Adding that in, and then all my spices. So I have a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I also have paprika, cumin, and thyme. So adding all of that into my soup. I'm gonna let this just simmer. I made this last night. It was delicious for dinner.
Oh my goodness.
And you're gonna let this simmer for about 20 to 25 minutes just to let those flavors merge, right? And then once you're done, if you like more of a chunky soup, you can leave it as is, or you can use that immersion blender. I have one at home. I don't know if you have one. It just has a long thing on the bottom.
I'm thinking about, you know, a lot of the chefs in the studio kitchen use it, and it is really nice.
Yes, it's really easy.
I'm always afraid I'm going to accidentally, you know, pull it out.
That's true. Keep it under the liquid. You don't want to make a mess, but you could also pour this into another blender that you have at home. That would be fine as well. Then you're going to add your half and half once that's all done cooking. You're going to add your Greek yogurt here, and again, this is adding a lot of creaminess. I also have some tomato paste here that, again, just adds with that flavor.
Okay.
Adding that in, and then last but not least, my cheese. I have some shaved Parmesan here, so you're adding that in, and again, it just adds to that thickness and that creaminess. You could also top with a little bit more cheese if you wanted, but this is a great antioxidant-rich soup to keep you healthy.
Okay, and we're going to post that recipe on our website because she has shared it with us, so look for that later on today. For more tips as well, you can always check out the dairyalliance.com. Elizabeth, some great ideas for us. Thank you.
Thank you.